For now, how would you feel if you found out that a restaurant Googled you before confirming your reservation? The New York Post has a story about a California chef who screens restaurant guests to see if they have a history of leaving bad online reviews. What do you think of this?
I can understand why a restaurant owner would do this. Because when you think about someone who habitually writes one-star reviews, can you think of we know this person.
Yeah.
Like, do you and your friends do this?
No.
No. So we have an idea of who this person is, and I think a restaurant owner is protecting his staff, he's protecting his patrons who he wants to host and take care of. And so I totally understand it. A friend of mine has a restaurant, and he got a one-star review with the guy who actually didn't go inside the restaurant. So he had a conversation with him outside the restaurant. The man asked, looks like a nice place. I think I'm gonna come back here tonight. It's like, oh, I'm afraid we're booked. This is kind of like a restaurateur's dream. We're booked for the entire month, I'm sorry. And then my buddy knew, he could just tell by this guy, and he kept going online. He's like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. And sure enough, he let this scathing review of how he was treated. And sure enough, he'd written negative reviews about postal offices, about drugstores, about because it's the type of person who doesn't like to be told no.
Okay, so but look at the time and effort it took your friend, the restaurant owner, to do that. Like, do restaurateurs have that time and these days
I don't
to do
think
that?
so. I think that's a great point. I think it's a full-time job.
That's a full-time job.
For a staff.
The only way I go the other way, because I totally agree with everything you said. We know those people.
Yeah.
It is, the other side is, what are you screening for? So let's say you've decided somebody who gives crappy reviews all the time and they have a certain way of being online, right? Like, our online presence is it's a digital diary of who we are, how we behave. And there's consequences to that. So I think definitely a restaurateur has a right to ban, let's say, somebody. However, what if it's on the other side and now you don't like the way they dress? You don't think they're going to spend enough money.
Oh, I could go darker than that.
Right? You can go darker.
You can see somebody who goes to a Black Lives Matter protest, or somebody who's an anti-abortion rally, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if you find out this person doesn't align, let's say you're in Florida and you find out that someone is gay and you decide that you don't want them in your restaurant anymore, it is a bit of a slippery slope, even though I get some of the places where it's just like, who is the person making that decision? There was a few years ago where there were certain like cake shops that didn't want to make cakes for gay couples, and we were rightly outraged at that. So is this kind of a sidestep from that, or we're just looking through a different lens?
I think it's a jerk lens. You're just saying, no, I don't want a jerk in my restaurant.
But who gets to decide who's a jerk?
The person who's not the jerk.
But it can also work in your favor. Like, I mean, you can do it for both reasons. You can do it for the jerks, but then in theory, you could also be Googling potential patrons to find out what they like and tailor the experience for them, and then...
That's a lot of work.
I know, but I mean, isn't that hospitality? I thought that was the definition of hospitality, is going above and beyond. Like, if you're gonna do this, I get it, then like, I wonder, you're spending all that energy on the jerk. Can you spend the equal amount of energy on the person who wants to be nice, who wants to enjoy your...
And you want to come back.
You should be offering anyway? Isn't that you just having a good business anyway? Like, you are in your mind doing it. You should be already.
Extra step of banning someone after you've known their whole life story, then know my life story and get me, like, cook. Don't serve me raisins. You know what I mean? Like,
then don't order raisins, Lainey. It's that simple.